In light of the holidays, I wanted to come on here and talk about one of the scariest movies that I may have ever seen as a kid. I can't believe this is actually ever PG. It's not The Conjuring, it's not It, it's not anything like that, it's not Zathura. It's Coraline, a stop-motion movie about a little girl and a door that never should have been opened in the first place. And even all these years later, Coraline still is as unsettling as ever. It may just be one of the scariest kids' movies ever made. It's October, it's spooky season, so I wanted to talk about one of the greatest horror movies. I guess you can kind of put it in that category that's ever made. It really belongs to be up there with one of the greats. Released in 2009, Coraline was directed by Henry Selick, the same name behind The Nightmare Before Christmas. You may remember that. It's based on the iconic Neil Gaiman book. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. Sorry if I butchered that in any capacity. And even though Coraline is technically a family movie, I checked it out a few days ago trying to get in that spooky season feel. And it's more unsettling than I remember it being. Which is funny because when I last saw it, I was a child and I was like, boy, this is creepy. And then I haven't seen it in a really long time. And you ever see like one of those movies that you haven't seen in a long time and then you rewatch it and you're like, this is completely not what I thought it was at all. Coraline belongs in that same category. It is unsettling and it's creepy. And what makes it terrifying isn't the jump scares. That's not really what it is. It's the tone. It's the feeling that something is off. And maybe the stop motion claymation has something to do with that. I actually think it has a lot to do with that. But it's the stillness of the world and it's behind those button terrifying eyes on the faces of these not real doll-looking creatures that is incredibly unsettling, that pairs perfectly with this terrifying tone. The other mother isn't just a monster hiding in the shadows. She's polite, she's kind, she's warm and compassionate at times. She's perfect. She's everything that Coraline wants up until that point until she's not. You know that this is going to take a turn for the worse, that Coraline is a movie about temptation, and it's about how love can be faked. It's almost like an abusive relationship as a theme behind this movie. It's imposter syndrome. It's waking up in a world where even the parents that love you the most might not be who you think they are. That's really, really creepy. Now, Coraline, like I said, came out in 2009. It's been 16 years later, and this movie is as gorgeous as ever. And like I said, the claymation, the stop motion, it's terrifying, but the colors and the look of the movie, it's all really done well. It holds up all these years later. Whenever you kind of have to look at how these movies are made and you have to move every little bit, I don't know if Coraline was made exactly like this, but it's very impressive how even when Coraline would jump on the ripple of a carpet to make it move, how the entire carpet would move. It's incredibly impressive how it was done. It all looks really, really well made. It's all beautiful, it's all gorgeous. And like I said, the stop motion kind of gives it that creepy tone because everything looks real, but it's slightly off, just like the other world is. The use of color is very well done in this movie, how it's different from the real world to the other world, the underlying golds in the other world and the blues in the real world. It can trick you, same way as the other mother tricks Coraline. He manages to build an entire horror world out of yarn and clay. It's very creepy. 16 years later, Coraline still feels as bold as it was back then. No studio today would probably greenlit a kid's movie this dark. To be fair, I can't believe this ever landed in the PG department anyway. It kind of has that same feeling of a Nightmare Before Christmas. It has that same element. He brings a lot from that over to here. A lot of big misconceptions is that Tim Burton had a lot to do with this, and I don't think he did. And maybe it's because Tim Burton is kind of known for doing stuff of this nature, but he didn't do this, and that's what's kind of cool. But back then, Coraline was a movie that was brave enough to scare its audience and trust that they would be able to handle it. And the message even hits harder as an adult that sometimes the world that feels perfect is the one that'll end up eating you alive in the end. So if you haven't seen Coraline in a long time, this Halloween I definitely recommend you check it out. It's got that unsettling, uneasy tone to it. I promise it's gonna make you crawl under your skin in the best way possible, similar to how your favorite slasher flick may. Did Coraline scare you as a kid, or are you brave enough to watch it now? Let me know in the comments, and if you love revisiting old movies that you may have seen in the past, or just talking about film altogether, I definitely recommend liking this and clicking the subscribe button, hitting the notification bell helps a lot. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Happy Halloween, everybody. If I don't talk to you until then, I'm probably gonna talk about Welcome to Derry because the first episode is gonna come out for that. But yeah, peace, love, adios, and bye-bye.